Because the conceptual idea, again, is that, well, we have to hold men back and prioritize women and girls. Problem is who they think of as men, right? Again, everybody that presents as male, right, becomes the problem. And completely overlooking that even just on a racial scope, we don't even have to deal with lineage, ethnicity, class. I mean, there's so many other levels we could take this to, but even if you just took race, black men have a different history.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Parts Talk. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now today we're addressing a commonly held belief about young men and trade schools, a topic that has sparked a lot of debate lately. But first, let's watch this reel from Dr. Tiasan Johnson and then we'll get right back to this topic.
So in 1972, when Title IX was passed to promote more gender equality in education, there was a 13 percentage point gap in favor of men getting college degrees. Now there's a 15 percentage point gap in favor of women getting college degrees. So the gender inequality we see in college today is wider than it was 50 years ago. It's just the other way around.
It's also problematized by what we call flat maleness, right? Because the conceptual idea, again, is that, well, we have to hold men back and prioritize women and girls. Problem is who they think of as men, right? Again, everybody that presents as male, right, becomes the problem. And completely overlooking that even just on a racial scope, we don't even have to deal with lineage, ethnicity, class. I mean, there's so many other levels we could take this to, but even if you just took race, black men have a different history. Latino men have a different history. Asians have a different history. To collapse that into male is so fucking problematic.
And that's one of the issues plaguing young men today, the preference for women entering colleges. We are here to address another aspect of the negative consequences that has made young men reluctant to build, maintain, and sustain our current infrastructures. The first issue young men face is the argument about accessibility. One argument we often hear is that young men aren't going to trade schools simply because they just can't afford it. But let's break it down. It's not about hesitation. It's about accessibility. Trade schools can be expensive, and for many young individuals, shelling out that kind of money just isn't feasible. Now, although some schools offer scholarships, grants, loans, and financial aid to help cover some of the costs, you'll still have to allocate funds for books, school supplies, room and boarding, and other things you might need. Trade schools generally cost less, and that is between $2,000 and $18,000 a year. And this is according to the Skilled Trades Colleges of Canada. Now, argument number 2 is the credit conundrum. And no, it's not as simple as heading to the bank and walking out with a loan to cover those trade school expenses. Why? Well, the credit score plays a significant role, and young men often lack the credit history needed to secure substantial loans, especially when they're just starting out in life. But wait, there's more. Argument number 3, the time and money balancing act. The idea that you can work a job, afford housing, and attend a trade school is simultaneously a myth in itself. Balancing all these commitments is incredibly challenging, and it's not just about being hesitant or unwilling. It's about the practicality of managing it all, especially for a young individual just starting out. Let's set the record straight. We're not here to perpetuate misinformation. We're here to address the real obstacles that young men face when it comes to trade schools. It's about acknowledging the financial barriers, credit challenges, and other sheer difficulty of balancing life's demands. Mind you, I'm almost 50, and it's a balancing act in itself. Now, according to Universal Advisor, you're seeing on the screen here, the 10 best paying trade jobs in Canada in 2023. Number 1, a heavy equipment mechanic. Number 2, sheet metal worker. 3, carpenter. 4, chefs. 5, bricklayers. 6, millwright. 7, electrician. 8, welder. 9, truck driver. And 10, plumbers. Now, this all leads us to our final argument, which is number 5, solutions and support. It should not be all doom and gloom. In future episodes, we want to explore potential solutions and the critical role support systems play can play in helping young men access trade schools. Hopefully, the experts with success stories can join me and shed light on how to overcome these challenges and open doors to valuable vocational education. Now, I want to thank you for joining us today on this particular episode. We hope this discussion has shed some light on the very challenges young men face when it comes to trade schools. And we look forward to addressing this topic in the very near future. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. Please smash that like button on your way out. It will only take you 1.5 seconds to do so. I look forward to your comments. Until next time.